Hey everyone, myself Jay Patel and I welcome all of you to a new video of the Dynamics 365 series. And today in this video we are going to talk about a generic requirement about which we have already talked about in the previous video, which was our Power Automate video, where I have discussed that how you can fetch up the lookup field value in the Power Automate flow, and then how you can copy that particular value from that parent record to the child record, right? So that was the requirement which we had already talked about, and we saw that how can we implement it using the Power Automate flow. If you have not watched that video yet, you can just go and watch it. It is in the playlist. All right. But now today in this video, we are going to talk about the same scenario, but we will be handling it with the help of the JavaScript. All right. So as you can see on the screen, I have opened the contact form, and on this contact form, I have this lookup field called account name. So what I want to do here is that whenever I select this account here, all right. So for this account, let's open this account record. We have one field called fax, right? So what I want to do here is that I want to copy this field value, and then on the contact form also I have a field called fax. So I want to copy that value into this field, right? So this is the requirement which we have, and we're going to be implementing it using the JavaScript web resource. All right, so let's go to the Visual Studio. I think you have understood the requirement, that what we exactly want to do. We just want to copy the value from our lookup field value of the account name, and from there we want to open the account record and then just copy that value of fax, and then we want to paste it inside the contact form, which is our child record. All right, so let's start by writing the function. I am just gonna write the function here. So let's write function, let's give the name as fetch lookup field value. All right, now I'm gonna pass the execution context. I hope that you already know that what exactly is the execution context. This is one of the basic things in Dynamics 365 CRM. Now I'll write where form context is equal to execution context dot get form context. All right, so this is the first step we have done. Now let's move forward. All right, now what I want to do here is that I want to fetch that lookup value. So for that I will declare another variable, which is where lookup is equal to form context dot get attribute. Now let's talk about the logical name of this particular field. So let's see here what is the logical name. For logical names, we'll just click here logical names, and as you can see that the logical name is parent customer ID. I'll just copy that. Let's come here, and this is the logical name. All right, so we have form context dot get attribute parent customer ID dot get value. So this is how we are going to get the value of that lookup field. Now I will add a condition. So if lookup is not equal to null, only in that case I would like to move forward. All right, so in that case I would like to fetch that account ID. So let's declare another variable where account ID is equal to, we will fetch the ID. So this is the syntax which we need to write, which is lookup for the 0th index dot ID dot. Now whenever we get the account ID, basically when we get the lookup ID of a record, we usually get it with the curly braces. So let me just show you here. So you just get it like this. You have one curly brace, then here in between you have the ID, and then you have this another curly braces. So we have one this curly brace and one this curly brace, and we don't want them when we are fetching the record. So I need to remove them. So how can I remove them? For removing, I will write replace. All right, then we will do like this. So this will remove the first curly brace bracket, then I will again write replace, and then we'll remove the another curly brace. So this is how we can do it, right? So this is how we can just remove our curly braces. All right, now I hope that we are clear with this. Let's move forward. Now what I want to do here is that I want to fetch the account record from that lookup. So for that I'll write Xrm. All right, I have to write the Xrm request. So let's just write it Xrm dot web API dot retrieve record. Okay, and then whatever the name of the entity, so the name of the entity is account. All right, and what is the ID? So that is going to be account ID. All right, and I have to select a particular field which I want. So which field I want? I want fax. So as you can see here, the logical name for the fax is FAX. So I will write that. So for selecting that particular field, what I have to write, I will just write let's do a question mark and then a dollar symbol for selecting that field value. So let's write select is equal to fax. So this is how I'll just select that field value, and then we are just going to take it up. So dot, then we have function success. I'll take the result into it. All right, and then we can just print that we have got the result for just the debugging purpose if you want, right, where we are just going to take the, let's say, fax value, whatever value we have got. So we can just check this thing in the console by doing the inspect, and here I'll just take the result. All right, so this is the thing which you can do. And then let's come to the main part where we want to copy that value from that account record and then just want to put it into the contact record. So we will write from context dot get attribute. What is the logical name? It is fax. All right, and I am taking this value from the contact record. So let's write set value. What value we want to set? So result dot fax. All right, this is what we want to do. Then I also want to make sure that the value gets saved. So in order to make sure that, I'll write from context dot get attribute fax dot set submit mode, and let's set it to always. All right, set submit mode, and we have just set it to always. All right, so I hope that we are clear with this point. Now I will move forward, and in case if we receive any error, we want to take that as well. So we will just write function error. All right, and here I'll just print the error in the log, and we can write that we have faced some error in fetching the lookup field value. All right, this is what we can write, and we can also print the error message. So I'll just write error dot message like this. All right, so this is how you can just print the error, and I think we are pretty much done with this thing. So let's see the function from the very beginning so that we can make sure that we have not committed any mistake here. First of all, what I did is that I just got fetched the form context by writing the syntax, which is execution context dot get form context. After that, what we did is that we fetched the lookup field value, which is by using the syntax form context dot get attribute, whatever the name is, and then dot get value. All right, if after that we check that whether the lookup field contains data or not. So if lookup is not equal to null, only in that case we wanted to fetch the ID. So where account ID is equal to lookup dot ID dot replace, for just replacing the curly braces, we did that. And then by using the request HTTP web API request Xrm.WebApi.retrieveRecord, we have fetched the account, we passed the account ID, and then we have selected a particular field called fax from it, and then then function success contains result. We printed console.log whatever the fax value is, just for the debugging purpose. And then after doing that, we are setting that particular value into our contact form. So that's for that we have written form context dot get attribute the fax field value dot set value result dot fax, and form context dot get attribute fax dot set submit mode always. So we also did that. All right, so after doing that, we also wrote the function error. We are just printing the error if we have faced some error in fetching the lookup field value. All right, so this is how we can write it. Now what I'm going to do here is I'll just copy this entire function, and let me just clear the logical names, and we will go to our solution in the backend, and I will click on web resources. All right, and let's click on new, because now we want to create a new web resource. All right, so we will write the name as contact.js. Let's select the type as script. Let's open the text editor, and we will just paste it down here. All right, so I think everything is looking good. Let's click on OK. Let's click on save. Let's click on publish. All right, now what I will do here, I'll just go to the forms. I'll open my contact form. So let's wait until it gets loaded. And then we will register our JavaScript onto the form. So this is the task we're going to be performing. Okay, let's try again. Let's open the form. Yes. So the form is loading now. All right. Now let's go to the form properties. I'll just go here and click on add. Now I'll just search for my JavaScript. Okay, let's click on add. Now we will go and just decide about the event handler. So one thing is clear, that I want to register it when the account name is getting changed. All right, so let's click on add. We have to select the library from here, which is our contact.js. I will just paste the name of the function here. So let's copy it up and let's paste it here. We will have to select this, which is pass execution context as first parameter, and then let's click on OK. All right, and with that I also want to register it on the form onload. So I'll click on form onload. Let's click on add. Let's select the script and let's give the function name pass execution context as first parameter. Okay, let's click on OK again. Let's click on save, and then we will publish our changes. Right, let's click on publish. So now I'm publishing all the customizations, and then we will go back to the so here I'm going to open any random contact record. So let's open this particular record. All right, and as you can see here we already have the account, and we can also see the fax value. What I'm going to do here is that I'm just going to change it. So let's change it to some other account value. All right, let's select this one, and as you can see here, the moment I select some another account value, the fax field value has been changed. All right, so the requirement was very simple. If you just go to this account, what we have done is that we have just copied that particular value from this particular account, and we have copied it to our contact form. Right, so this was the requirement on which we have worked upon, and I hope that this video helped each one of you in understanding this requirement. And if that is the case, I request all of you to please like this video and share this video with your friends as well, and please make sure that you subscribe to this channel if you want such tutorials in the future as well. Thank you so much.